Right, so we're almost at the end of our project Minisite design journey. There's just one more thing that we're going to do, and that's add a little bit of variation to the shading on this footer. With the header having such nice variation and different shades and things, it would be a shame just to leave the footer as one flat blue colour as it is at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're just going to add a simple gradient quickly on there, just to give it some depth and some shading. So the first thing we need to do is to create a new layer, and we need to decide whereabouts that layer is going to be in terms of layer stacking. And I think we're going to go just above the pattern layer. So if we select the pattern layer as so, and create a new layer, that will create one just above there. So if we double click on there, and we'll call this footer gradient. Fantastic. The next thing we need is the colour that we're going to use for the gradient, and we're going to go from a dark blue. We're actually going to select the background colour here. We'll go from dark blue up through to transparent, just so that we retain some of the blue that's already existing on this footer. So we need to select this blue colour. So if I click the set foreground colour there, I could type in the RGB values, or alternatively and quicker, I could just use the eyedropper tool that we have here. I just click on that blue just to get our RGBs of 8, 39 and 65. So if I click OK, I now know that we have this blue colour selected. So the next thing we need is a gradient. So if we click on the gradient tool here, if you have for some reason paint bucket tool selected, you'll just need to hold the mouse down and make sure gradient tool is selected there. Going through the tool options quickly, we should still have these selected, but we'll go through anyway. Linear gradient, mode normal, opacity 100, make sure reverse is switched off, and that dither and transparency are switched on. So if we now come to edit our gradient, I'll click on there just to bring up the gradient editor. At the moment we have the dark blue colour here, but it's going through to white, which is not what we want. If we look up here in our presets, the second one along should be, and is indeed, foreground to transparent, which is exactly what we want, foreground being our blue colour and transparent being where we want the gradient to go to. So I'll click OK on there. So now we have the gradient we want. We're just going to apply it onto the layer, holding down Shift to make sure our gradient is dead straight. I'm just going to click down at the bottom of the footer and drag that up so it's to the top of the footer. So basically we're just using the guides to snap to. So I'll let go of that, and there you see we have a nice gradient going on there. It's a little bit strong at the moment actually. It's just making it look like, if I just quickly hide my guides, it's just making it look like the footer disappears into the abyss, which is not ideal. So I'll bring back the guides. What we'll do is we'll just take the opacity of this footer gradient down from 100. We're going to turn that down to 60, and that just gives us a nicer looking gradient there. You can still tell that there is a difference in shading, but it's not quite as in your face as it was before. And the other thing that we've slightly lost is we just want to regain an edge on here rather than just having the dark blue going into black. So we're going to, as we have in the past, we're just going to load the shape selection here. So I'll just click on that layer. What I'll do is I'll just hold down Control and click on the thumbnail. So as we have in the past, we have now got our selection, our dashed line around our selection, and we're going to contract that. So select, modify and contract, so we can just regain our bevel. So if I contract that, and let's do that by, we'll do that by 5 pixels as it is there. So no, actually we'll go 4. Let's be daring. 4. Okay, so we can see our selection has just shrunk there. Now it's not the inside we want to actually delete, it's the outside, so we'll go back to one of our old favourites, and that's select inverse. So now we have all the outside area selected. Now we need a footer gradient layer selected, as that's what we're going to be editing. And if we just hit backspace on there, we can see, if I just click the marquee tool and release that selection, we can see now, if I just zoom in a little bit and move around, we can see we have a nice edge retained on there now, and that looks very nice. I'll just hide the guides one final time so we can have a look at our finished design, and there we have it, the end of a journey. It's been good, it's been emotional. I hope you've learnt something from the videos, and yeah, if you've enjoyed them, leave us some good feedback on the website or send us a nice email. If you've hated every minute of it, then well, just keep your opinions to yourself, really. No, only joking. Feedback, good or bad, we'd like to hear it so we can improve the videos or improve our service to you. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you in the future. Possibly on the next